Multiversus is going offline, and it's not going to be back until 2024. Probably the most heartbreaking decision in the entirety of the game's lifespan. I completely understand that we didn't get the numbers that they were expecting, and the game died hella quick compared to what it could have been. I don't even think NASB saw these levels of numbers. I mean, Multiversus went crazy, but those games are both alive and well, but Multiversus made a strange decision. I mean, it sounds strange on paper when you look at it. All of these monetization options, being able to buy the battle passes, being able to actually put money into the game while it was open beta, just for them to turn around and say, oh yeah, we're going to turn off the game. You cannot play the game online or do anything for 6+ months. We don't even know when they're coming back in 2024. I'm pretty sure they just said that they're coming back in 2024, but they didn't say a date. They worded this as like a PR jargon where like, hey, we can have it both ways, because they delayed season 3 2 to 3 times. They delayed this game. I get it, it's an open beta, but the crazy part is that they just said a blanket statement about how they're going to prepare for full launch early 2024, and we have no roadmap for anything. They want to probably get those numbers back up to where the game, when it first released, how we had millions and millions of people on the game. I highly doubt we're going to see those numbers again with a full release. Everybody already thought the game was already out. There is so much confusion regarding the actual game being out that people who saw the game's trailers, they saw all this other stuff, everybody that is like talking about this right now thought the game was already released, and the game's been in open beta for I don't even know how long now. We were just about to pop up on season 3 of the open beta, and now they're entirely shutting it down. There's nothing we can do either, because no matter what you pay, no matter what you do, you bought the founders packs, you cannot use that content online in any perspective outside of using like Parsec and playing locally. You can't do anything with the content you bought. That's crazy. And what happens when this game comes back and then dies again? Are they going to shut it down again? Obviously, it's not Player versus Game's priority to shut the game down. They probably were forced to release it early by Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers is kind of a stupid company that do dumb stuff all the time. They are known to kill franchises and like do poor business decisions, especially monetization decisions, like putting a bunch of money into stupid movies and failing and being stupid and then blaming other things on it. It's insane to me that they would force this game to be out early, just like how Nickelodeon did to NASB, and then turn around and say, yeah, we messed up, but we're gonna shut the game down for 6+ months. People are saying 6 months. That is some hopium copium ass shit. There is no factual way this game is coming back in 6 months. It's going to be 6+ months. There's no way. They intentionally worded it so that they said early 2024. That can literally mean anywhere up to before May. So it can literally be like the middle of May, and all of a sudden, oh, Multiversus is back. The problem with this is that they actually messed up by making it open beta. They should have just done it earlier and shut it down after letting it be open beta for a little while. But instead, they tried to make it so that, oh, we're going to have all these things and we're going to try to bring it up as we go, even though we have all these problems and we're nerfing things like it stupidly. We're going to have the game come up with us. We're going to fix the game over time, and we're going to do all these other things, and that's going to work out. It's not going to work out, dude. There is no world where you can release a game from alpha to beta and then keep it in beta until the release. Games have done that before, obviously, like PUBG and all those other dumb games, but they died. Those games are dead, and then they're mobile games. You create confusion amongst the normies. There are so many like Smash players and like Smash Pro players that didn't even know that the game wasn't even fully out. Everybody thought that Multiversus was on a full release because the entirety of it was a confusion. It's like as big of a blunder as when the Wii had a sequel called the Wii U, and everybody didn't understand that it wasn't a new console. This is what they're doing to the game. If they continue on this route, I have no doubt that the game is going to die again faster than last time. How are you going to not only shut the game down for this amount of time and nobody knows about it, but you're going to re-release it trying to hope to hit those big numbers, and when people come back and the game isn't as polished or as good as it could have been or should have been when it first released, then what? What is going to happen to the game when they come back and we're like here with open arms and we play the game and the server still sucks and the netcode still sucks and the characters are still not being updated or fixed in meaningful ways or changed in your kits? There's no reworks happening. There's literally such a dumb amount of stuff that they could have done initially, but I mean, this is all on Warner Brothers. Everybody thinks it's smart, and I think it is okay to do this, but I still think it's stupid. It should have done it earlier. There's no way that you would have monetization options, have having these battle passes that take forever, that they increased literally artificially. They made your level cap artificial, they made the battle pass artificial. Doing all of this artificial bullcrap to make it longer and more enjoyable of a game and a more enjoyable journey is dumb. There is no world where you look at this game and go, yeah, I'm gonna play that, yeah, I'm gonna play this, and now that the game is closing, there's no way you're gonna hop on and be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep playing this game. I stopped playing the game. I can't enjoy the game anymore. As a top 50 player, I cannot enjoy the game anymore. I am literally like, I was top 10 with 2 characters and top 50 with Superman, and I got top 50 at Evo, and even I don't want to keep playing this game. There is no defensive options. There is no other reworks on kits that work or make sense. There's no like nerfs that are meaningful or actually good nerfs. They're just like gutting characters as we go. Literally nerfing only good characters over and over again and leaving broken characters, leaving the broken characters alone. They're not doing anything to them. Like Finn is still broken. Jake is still broken. There are broken characters that are literally top tier because their kit is stupid broken. Ones is a tragedy. The game is not balanced whatsoever around ones. So ones is broken. The dodge mechanic is stupid. Like there's a lot of things that they could fix and make this game really work well, but they are simply not doing it. Everybody always poses, oh, platform fighter games. These games are going to be the Smash killer. There's never going to be a Smash killer, guys, because Smash is actually polished and they take the years and time to fix it. And then if they don't, they have patch notes that actually make sense. But these games, they don't have patch notes that make sense. If anything, they just nerf stuff because they don't like how the game is flowing, and then they kill the game. They kill their games because of the patch notes and because it take too long. There's no roadmap. There's no like progression, or they do what Multiversus did and made artificial progression really tough. You literally had to play 10 times longer, it feels like, than the normal amount you had to play to finish the battle pass. It is an insane amount. I was getting annoyed with playing the game because of how the battle pass worked. They dropped the battle pass and didn't even like consider, oh yeah, this was fun for everybody, but they completed it too early and now we added some stuff onto it. That is better than adding to stuff onto it, than turning around and making it artificially longer and making the levels artificially longer for your character levels. Like, that's insane. And then when they bring it back again, it's gonna die again. There's not gonna be any way to salvage it because everybody already thought the game was released, and now people are confused because everybody on Twitter is like, oh, the game was not out, the game was open beta. They had battle passes and stuff, they had monetization options and stuff. I guarantee that probably wasn't like Player First Games. I'm not really shitting on them. I'm more talking bad about Warner Brothers allowing this to get this far. Why would they let a game go to basically end game, season 3, pretty much about to be full game release, and then turning around and saying, oh yeah, we're not going to do this. We are not going to fully drop the game. We're going to rework the game, which is a good decision, I guess, but they should have done it earlier. You should not have had monetization options and making people who became whales, like paying the $100 Founders Pack, to turn around and be like, yeah, the game's going to be offline. They either want to generate like fake hype for the game to come back, or they want to actually fix it and make the game have fake hype because the game was already out. We already had the game in our hands. We had the game 3 other times before this when it was in alphas. The bad thing is that they have no support system. There is literally zero support from Multiversus and the entirety of their game, because when I asked and tried to figure out what was going on with my Evo badge that was supposed to be in the game and supposed to be given to Evo players, we didn't get it. And my alpha stuff did not carry over. None of my alpha badges carried over, and I doubt that I'm going to get them back at all, even though I still have the player tech test in my Steam games and I still have it downloaded to my computers. There is literally no support on the back end to fix these bugs and fix these things that need to be fixed, and I doubt that when it comes back they're going to have it fixed, because if they did, they would have already tried to have a roadmap for that stuff. They don't have anything really that we can look back at and be like, oh yeah, we know that this should work like this. They nerfed characters in crazy ass ways and then turned around and didn't nerf other ones. They barely fixed the hitboxes. They barely did all this other stuff. That's because the game was in open beta, but still, why wouldn't you just close the game and re-release it officially? They went radio silent for so long and then randomly decided to drop this news on us. They were really communicating us. Player First Games and the Multiversus Twitter, they were really communicating everything with us and communicating our concerns and like advocating for us and like trying to push and make sure the game was going to be in a place that it should have been. But then all of a sudden they just went radio silent. They stopped talking to the community, and that gets really scary for everybody when you look at the game and you're like, oh yeah, I love this communication, love these patch notes, love how everybody's like, they're taking our suggestions. That is something that to me they should have kept doing, but out of nowhere, after like a month or two of them not saying anything, they just all of a sudden say, oh yeah, we're taking the game offline until 2024, early 2024 by the way, which still is a loophole for them to literally just release it whenever. It doesn't even have to have a date because it's going to be like the middle of May probably when they do that. Another thing I did not like that they were doing, why are you listening to only pro pro players at all. You should be listening to your game devs. The game devs should be seeing if this is a ridiculous nerf and stuff, or like if changes are ridiculous and stuff, because there are certain characters that should have gotten the axe. There are characters like Finn, Jake, the Gremlin characters. Like literally there are so many characters that should have just gotten complete nerfs or reworks because of how stupid broken their kits are with only certain things. Literally, if you play certain characters, some of their kit is garbage compared to some of their moves. All they had to do was make some really good moves bad and make the bad moves good. But they ended up doing the opposite. They just left bad moves in and then made the good moves better. What the hell? There hasn't been any like real changes that mattered, and they listen to pros who don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they are talking about. Pro players just complain about stuff until the game is dead or until things are changed to their fitting. That's how they nerfed Superman. They made Superman so bad for a while because the pro players were complaining up and down and left and right about him, and they made Superman mains drop him. That's how stupid some of the decisions are. You should not be listening to pro players, because that's exactly what happens in other games where they kill their own game because they're doing nerfs because they're listening to players who don't know what they're talking about. If you're going to listen to changes made by players in the community, they need to be testers. They need to have official badges and be recognized as part of staff, or have somebody who is competent lead a team and have that team make decisions based on what they feel is based in truth. There are so many people who are just saying stupid stuff about characters to get them nerfed so that they can win a tournament, or so that they can kill this character off so that tournaments are easier. That character is just dead. They should have never ever decided that that was a good decision. That is just one of the many like bad decisions I've seen come from them, and I really hope that the game comes back stronger, but I am not confident in the game. I get that if we don't play the game anymore, the game may still live on and do well, but I am probably at my most annoyed with Multiversus as a game, and I've never seen such bad decision making in my life. I've never wanted to like stop playing a game more just because of the stupidity surrounding it. I just didn't understand why they wouldn't just do this earlier. If they did this earlier, the game would have been out again maybe near the end of the year. They had this game at Evo, and it was the most broken, sorry ass game I've ever played in my life. The game was so broken at Evo. Tom and Jerry was busted. Perks didn't work against him. There were so many broken things about this game that I didn't like, and it just kept getting worse. There's so many things that go on that they could have fixed, or like at least communicated with us that this was their plan initially, or at least didn't do open beta to full release over time. I get it that some games do that, but it's not viable in my mind at all. So if you guys like this rant, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about Multiversus and how this decision may impact your view on the game. I'm personally annoyed. I don't know if I'm going to keep playing it. I don't know if I'm going to keep competing in it. I love the movement. I love how it goes, but unless they make this re-release amazing, there is no world in which this game's going to live. It's going to die faster than it got to swim. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll see you next time, soldier. Goodbye.